It all started innocently enough, a simple misunderstanding that bloomed into something far bigger than either of us anticipated. My best friend Emma and I had been inseparable since college, sharing every secret and dream. But then, out of nowhere, I caught wind of something that didn't sit right with me, a rumor that Emma had been talking about me behind my back. At first, I brushed it off, thinking it must be a mistake or a twisted version of a conversation taken out of context. A week later, I confronted Emma, hoping to clear the air. I remember the way she looked, a flicker of hesitation in her eyes, the kind you don't expect from someone you trust implicitly. She denied everything with such conviction that I almost believed her. But the seed of doubt had been planted, and it grew faster than I could control. I started noticing small things, whispered conversations when I entered a room, sudden silences, and evasive answers that made my heart sink. The breaking point came on a rainy Thursday evening. I was scrolling through my phone when I stumbled upon a message thread, Emma and another mutual friend, talking about me in a way that felt like a knife twisting in my chest. They weren't just gossiping, they were spreading lies, fabricating stories that painted me in a terrible light. I felt betrayed beyond words, like the ground beneath me had crumbled. I didn't know what to do with the anger and hurt swirling inside me. I wanted to scream, to confront Emma and demand answers, but part of me was terrified of what I might find out. When I finally messaged her, my fingers trembling, I asked if we could meet up and talk. She agreed, but the casual tone in her reply did nothing to ease the storm raging inside me. The cafe where we met was cold and empty, the kind of place where secrets seemed to hang in the stale air. Emma arrived late, apologizing with a forced smile that didn't reach her eyes. As we sat across from each other, I laid out what I had found, expecting denial or perhaps regret. Instead, her defenses shot up like a wall. She claimed I was misinterpreting everything, that I was being paranoid. Her words cut deeper than the lies themselves. How could she not see the damage she was doing? I tried to explain how deeply this hurt me, how I felt abandoned by the person I thought was my closest ally. But Emma's eyes were cold, distant, as if she was already shutting me out. I left the cafe that night feeling more alone than I had in years. In the days that followed, the silence between us grew heavier. We stopped texting, stopped calling. Mutual friends noticed the tension and asked what had happened, but neither of us was ready to talk. I found myself replaying every moment we'd shared, trying to pinpoint when the cracks first appeared. One afternoon, I decided to visit Emma's apartment unannounced, hoping to bridge the gap. When she opened the door, her expression was guarded, as if expecting an enemy rather than a friend. We talked, but the conversation was strained and awkward. She admitted to feeling overwhelmed lately, accusing me of not understanding her struggles. It was the first time she opened up, but it felt like a confession wrapped in excuses. I wanted to believe her, to find a way back to the friendship we once had. But the trust was broken, and every time I tried to reach for it, it slipped further away. The more I thought about it, the more I realized the lies weren't just about me, they were about her fears, her insecurities, things she hadn't been ready to face. Then came the day I overheard a conversation that changed everything again. Emma was talking to another friend, her voice low but sharp, accusing me of betrayal and selfishness. It hurt so much to hear her words, so different from the truth I knew. I realized that the story she was telling herself was as twisted as the one I had discovered. I confronted her again, this time with more frustration than sadness. We argued, voices raised in a small, crowded room that suddenly felt suffocating. Accusations flew back and forth, each one a fresh stab at the bond we'd spent years building. I tried to explain how her lies had shattered my faith in her, but she just shook her head and walked away, leaving me standing there, breathless and broken. Days turned into weeks, and our friendship became a ghost of what it was. I missed her terribly, the way we used to laugh at nothing, stay up all night talking about our dreams, the quiet comfort of simply being together. But those memories felt tainted now, like a beautiful painting marred by cracks and stains. At one point, I tried to reach out with a peace offering, a heartfelt letter where I poured everything I was feeling onto the page. I told her how much I valued our friendship, how much I wanted to heal the wounds between us. But the letter went unanswered. It was like sending a message into a void, hoping for a response that never came. The hardest part was watching Emma move on without me, seemingly unaffected by the rift. I saw her laughing at parties without a care, posting pictures with new friends, and it cut me deep. Was I just a chapter she'd closed without a second thought, or was the friendship we had ever real to her in the first place? One night, unable to sleep, I found myself scrolling through old photos on my phone, snapshots of happier times, silly selfies, candid moments of joy. I clutched the phone to my chest, feeling the weight of loss settle over me. How had things gone so wrong? How did lies grow so wild that they strangled everything good between us? I reached out to a mutual friend, hoping for some clarity or a bridge to reconciliation. They were cautious, but told me Emma was struggling with a lot lately: family issues, work stress, personal fears. It wasn't an excuse for what happened, but it helped me understand a little more about her silence and anger. With that knowledge, I tried once more to connect. I sent a simple message, no accusations, just an offer to talk when she was ready. The silence that followed was deafening. Days passed, then weeks. I began to accept that some wounds take longer to heal, or maybe never fully do. The truth is, I still think about Emma every day. I wonder if she regrets what was said, if she misses the friendship as much as I do. I want to believe that someday we might find our way back, that the bond we built won't be lost forever. But for now, all I have are memories and the painful lessons that come with betrayal. Sometimes I catch myself rereading old messages, searching for signs I missed, clues that could have warned me. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces, a game I can't win but can't stop playing either. The emotional roller coaster of hope and despair is exhausting, yet strangely addicting. Friends have told me to move on, to let go and protect my heart. But it's not that simple. Emma wasn't just a friend, she was family, and losing that feels like losing a part of myself, like a chapter torn out of my life that I'm forced to live without. I don't know what the future holds for us. Maybe time will bring healing, or maybe the distance will grow until there's nothing left but silence. Until then, I'm left piecing together the fragments of a friendship shattered by lies, holding on to hope while navigating the pain. Every so often, I catch a glimpse of something familiar, a song we loved, a place we used to go, and my heart aches with the weight of what was lost. It's a reminder that some friendships are fragile, that trust is a delicate thread easily broken, and once it snaps, the fall is hard and lonely. I wish I could tell Emma everything I want to say, to reach her through the walls she's built around herself. But for now, I write this story, a testament to how even the strongest bonds can be undone by lies, and how the truth, no matter how painful, is the only way back. As days blur into nights, I keep hoping for a sign, a message, anything that tells me our story isn't over. Because losing her means losing a part of who I am, and I'm not ready to let go just yet. Last week I ran into her at the grocery store. The moment our eyes met, a flood of memories crashed over me. We exchanged a few awkward words, neither of us knowing what to say. The silence between us was thicker than ever, filled with regret and unspoken apologies that hung in the air like ghosts. I wanted to reach out, to hug her and tell her everything I felt, but the moment slipped away too quickly. She walked off with a tight smile, leaving me standing there, heart pounding and breath caught in my throat. That brief encounter was a painful reminder of what we lost and how fragile trust really is. Since then, I've been caught in this strange limbo. Part of me wants to fight for what we had, while another part tells me to protect myself and move on. I'm torn between holding on and letting go, and it's exhausting. But maybe that's what heartbreak feels like, a constant push and pull between hope and reality. I keep telling myself that time will heal these wounds, even if it's slow and messy. That maybe someday Emma and I will look back at this and understand each other better. that our friendship can survive the lies and pain. For now, I'm just trying to survive the silence she left behind. It's strange how someone who was once your whole world can become a stranger overnight. The trust, the laughter, the countless memories, all replaced by doubt, hurt, and unanswered questions. I never thought I'd be the one telling this story, but here I am, sharing pieces of a friendship shattered by lies. The days stretch on, each one a reminder of what used to be and what might never be again. I find comfort in small things, the warmth of a morning coffee, the pages of a good book, the company of other friends. But still, there's a hollow space inside me where Emma used to be. I don't know if I'll ever get closure or if that's even possible. Sometimes I catch myself imagining conversations where we apologize, forgive, and rebuild what was broken. But those are just fantasies, fragile and fleeting, like the friendship I once thought was unbreakable. So here I am, writing this down, trying to make sense of the mess that was once my best friendship. I don't have all the answers, and I don't know if I ever will. But maybe sharing this story will help me find some peace, or at least remind me that I'm not alone in feeling the sting of betrayal and loss. If you're reading this and have ever experienced a friendship that slipped through your fingers, you know how deeply it hurts. The pain isn't just about losing someone, it's about losing a part of yourself, the future you imagined together, and the trust that once felt unbreakable. I'm still learning how to navigate this new reality, one where Emma is no longer the person I thought she was. It's hard, messy, and sometimes unbearable. But I'm holding on to the hope that someday, somehow, things might be different, that the lies won't be the final chapter of our story. Until then, I'm here, hurt but surviving, broken but hopeful. This friendship may be shattered, but the memories and lessons remain. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough to keep me moving forward. The nights are the hardest, when the world quiets down and I'm left alone with my thoughts. The weight of everything presses down on me. I wonder if Emma lies awake too, haunted by what we lost or convinced that I'm the villain in this story. The uncertainty is a constant ache. I've started journaling again, pouring my emotions onto paper, trying to untangle the knot of feelings inside me. Writing helps, even if it doesn't fix anything. It's a way to give voice to the hurt and confusion, to remind myself that I'm not defined by this broken friendship. Sometimes, when I'm brave, I look at pictures of us from happier times, our smiles, our shared adventures, the way we used to look at the world together. It's bittersweet, a reminder of what was beautiful and what was lost. Those images feel like relics from another life. I've learned that friendships, no matter how strong, can be fragile. Trust is earned and can be shattered in an instant by lies and silence. It's a hard lesson, but one I wish I didn't have to learn this way. I hope others reading this can avoid the pain I'm living through. Despite everything, I still wish Emma well. I hope she finds peace and happiness, even if it's not with me. Holding on to anger or bitterness only poisons the heart, and I want to believe that forgiveness, even if it's slow and reluctant, is possible. Friends have come and gone over the years, but losing Emma stings the most because of how close we were. It's like losing a part of my identity, a thread woven into the fabric of who I am. Rebuilding feels daunting, but I'm trying, one day at a time. I've started opening up more to other friends and family, finding comfort in their support and understanding. It's not the same as what I had with Emma, but it's a start. I'm learning that healing doesn't mean forgetting, it means finding new ways to move forward. Every so often, I catch myself wishing I could rewind time to before the lies and hurt, back to when our friendship was simple and full of promise. But life doesn't work that way, and maybe it's better to face the present with honesty, even if it's painful. I wonder if Emma ever thinks about me, about what went wrong. Does she regret the words she said or the secrets she kept? Or has she found new friends to fill the space I once occupied? The questions swirl endlessly with no clear answers. When I see couples or friends laughing together, it reminds me of what I miss, the easy companionship, the feeling of being truly known and accepted. I crave that connection again, but I'm cautious now, afraid of being hurt another time. I've started therapy to help me work through the pain and confusion. It's been hard to open up about something so personal, but it's also been a relief to have someone listen without judgment. I'm slowly learning to forgive myself for trusting too much and to trust again in small ways. Emma's name still feels heavy on my tongue, a reminder of what I lost and what I hope to regain someday. The journey isn't over, and maybe it never will be. But sharing this story is my way of saying that even shattered friendships leave marks, and those marks shape who we become. I'm still here, still hoping, still broken but not defeated. The road ahead is uncertain, but I'm walking it, one step at a time, holding on to the hope that someday truth and trust can heal even the deepest wounds.